afternoon and welcome to Rubbin Minds. I am Oscar Onyiso and it's a pleasure as always to have you in the studio in the month of love. Hope the love is going around. Hope the guys are saving or preparing to have that fight. For the ladies, stay sharp, stay sharp. Major headlines this morning, some very funny stories and some not too funny. I think top on the list, which has been going around the media space, I can't believe it, but it's there. I keep refreshing my browser hoping it's a lie, but it's there. Snake swallows, allegedly, spiritually, 36 million naira from the JAM office. And when I hear snakes, I'm thinking of maybe it's a movie title. You know, we've heard of snakes on the plane, but have you heard of snakes in the JAM office? We'll take a look at that extremely bizarre story. On to more pressing matters. President Muhammadu Buhari has finally given the go ahead. 6 states deployment of troops to curb some of the excesses. Some of the opinion that it's a bit too late. Better late than never. Why did it take so long? We'll take a look at some of those issues. 56,000 naira minimum wage. NLC, TUC looking at upping it a bit and taking it to the next level. And their reason is very simple. The economics and the state of the nation is not what it used to be. And to survive, you need definitely more than 56,000 naira. And on to other issues, we have a case for diaspora voting. INEC is at the forefront of saying how this can be possible. But the question is, are we ready for it? What happens with respect to, for example, correlation of results? You have Nigerians all over the world, different time zones. How do you synchronize such? Is it worth the effort? I have a couple of guys in the studio here with me to take a look at that as well. And in the entertainment scene, she needs no introduction. YJ will be here in the studio with me. She's been quite busy. Find out why, what she's been up to, and of course, her latest single, which is making waves. We'll find out what she has, what she's got cooking in the pot, all on Rubbing Minds. But first things first, let me introduce our two guests here. We're going to talk about the diaspora and voting. I have a social commentator, Adetokunbo Aderigwe. Great to have you.
Hello.
Looking sharp.
Thank you very much.
As always. And of course, Farouk Abbas, who is a lawyer.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. Chairman of the INEC, that's the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood. He's urged the National Assembly to take a look at this issue of diaspora voting. He said, and I quote, INEC believes that Nigerians living outside the country should have the right to vote for a variety of reasons. They are citizens of Nigeria interested in the affairs of their own country. They make considerable contribution to the economy through financial inflow. There's a sizable amount of Nigerian citizens living outside the country and diaspora. Voting is consistent with global best practices. Where do we move from here? Is this a plus? Is this a minus? Have we even gotten everything right within the country first before we start going diaspora? Let me take Adetokunbo.
Thank you very much, and once again, Oscar, for this opportunity. You know, when I actually read the news and saw something about diaspora voting, at least I'm pretty excited. And it's no longer the case of people in the diaspora contributing just to, would I say, Big Brother Nigeria trending or perhaps science student or Jerry. It's now much to more profound issues right now. And when you look at, would I say, the statistics, as at 2015, the diaspora, they contributed as much as over $20 billion to the economy. And you look at it, a major arm of our citizenry contributing $20 billion. It's just right for them to also be among the people that will actually choose who exactly actually comes on board as, would I say, which of our elected representative, or we choose who gets into those positions of authority. So I'm very, very excited this is happening at this time. And also when you look at the changing dynamics of democracies all over the world, at the moment you see that close to 93 countries already practice this voting abroad. And you ask yourself that, why is
but when you look at countries that practice voting abroad, their system to a large extent is, I mean, I don't even want to vouch for any system now, because if you have Russians hacking voting machines in America, no system is really safe. But the point is, in terms of baby steps, is this pushing it too far? Should we get everything right within the country first? Even from as little as PVCs, people having issues with PVCs, how much more in the diaspora? Farouk, what do you want to say about this?
Well, like my good friend here rightly said, he was excited about the idea, but I wasn't excited. And I'll tell you why I wasn't excited. Logically speaking, diasporans should be able to vote. And the reason is because most of Nigerians that are abroad, they are frustrated against the Nigerian system. They're frustrated with the Nigerian system. They're not happy with what's going on in Nigeria. So unlike most of the elites that we have and the youth that we have in Nigeria who don't like to vote, we are sure that if diaspora people in diaspora are allowed to vote, we are sure that they are going to vote, and they will be very, very consistent. So they are like a very, very significant block of voters that we are sure that they will vote because they don't have to queue under the sun and all of that we have in Nigeria. But in terms of the logistics, in terms of the practicality, in terms of the reality, I know that it is not possible given this stage of the country now.
So will I say from both of you, it's a welcome idea. We like it, but you don't feel confident enough that it can be executed properly.
Excellent.
I love the fact that you mentioned the issue of logistics, because this will also increase the cost of such operations. And I'm wondering, is it really worth it?
Well, it's worth it because if you look at the difference between the number of votes that Buhari garnered in 2015 and the number of votes Jonathan garnered, it's about 2.5 million votes. And if my statistics is correct, diasporans, we have in excess of maybe 10 million.
20
million. 20 million. Okay. Yeah. We have about 20 million Nigerians living abroad. So if we say 20 million Nigerians living abroad can vote, we can be rest assured that minimum of 15 million will vote.